Tickets for the green industry's largest trade show and event, Equip Expo 2023, are now on sale. Brian has arranged a way to help you save 50% on registration for you and your entire team. Simply use promo code Brian at checkout to save half off, and we'll see you this October, the 17th through the 20th in Louisville, Kentucky. We'll also provide you a special link in the show description.
You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It is your host, Brian Fullerton, here hanging with you guys, and good morning. Well, guys, I wanted to do something a little bit more fun on this podcast episode today and try something entirely new, entirely different, something that I've never done. So stick with me. We'll keep it fun, and it'll be an interesting type of podcast. But I wanted to come up with something that was different, and I'm talking to my wife, Liz, for a podcast topic, and she's giving me a bunch of great suggestions, and we could talk money and finances. We could talk equipment. We could talk about Equip Expo coming around the corner. We could talk about our lawn care conference, the importance of reading good books and associating and all these different topics. And so Liz is giving me some great ideas. I had a couple good ones of my own. I feel they're good at least. And usually those stem from Instagram DMs or podcast topics that somebody else is talking about that fire up a thought in my brain where I want to maybe rehash that similarly but differently. Maybe you guys have a coaching call that we've done. And so that's where a lot of podcast topics come into play, right? We're not gurus here. We're just trying to help you guys real life, day to day, grow more successful lawn and landscaping businesses. Well, I told my wife, I said, well, these are all good topics, and I'm like struggling to come up with a topic for today's show. And I said, one second, I'm going to go to ChatGPT and AI and see if it can come up with a podcast topic that's relevant for lawn care professionals. Now, really quick, I know a lot of you guys have been using AI and ChatGPT, and apparently there's more than one AI. I don't know anything about all this. I listened to the Kid Contractor podcast with Caleb Allman to, get my technology kick in and to stay relevant with the kids these days. And I guess if I'm getting my technology podcast from Caleb, secondhand, maybe not exactly from the source or the horse's mouth, but nonetheless, Caleb gets excited about it, so it excites me. I'm a very excitable person. But check this out. Let me just read this really quick. I'm going to give you the title and the description, and then you guys decide if you want to stick around and hear a little bit more about these 4 or 5 bullet points that it gave me. 6 bullet points. They're actually pretty good. It's kind of freaking me out how good this is, because I'm thinking to myself, man, if I worked in the news industry, the magazine industry, blog post industry, article industry, whatever, I would be like, my gosh, talk about things that could replace jobs in the future, or streamline an office where there used to be 20 people doing one thing and now they can do one. I'm thinking people like BuzzFeed, that if they're even around anymore, but something that had 400 people, you could have 4 people that are literally running this with AI type machinery. But check this out. Here's what I put into ChatGPT. No endorsement on any of this stuff. This is just me being a nerd on the internet, trying to, do something a little bit different. Maybe make a fun podcast for you guys on Wednesday, hump day. You got another day or two left of the week to button some things up. But check this out. I punched in there, provide me a podcast topic that's trending for lawn care professionals. Here's the title it gave me. Mastering Modern Lawn Care Techniques. Stay ahead of the game. Okay, well, sounds enticing enough. Here's the description. In this podcast episode, we delve into the latest trends and advancements in the world of lawn care, catering specifically to professionals in the industry. We discuss cutting-edge techniques, tools, and strategies that are revolutionizing the way lawn care professionals operate, helping them stay ahead of the game and ahead of the competition. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out in the field, this episode provides valuable insights and actionable tips to enhance your skills and elevate your lawn care business. Bro, it literally wrote that. That sounds like a pretty good podcast description. Usually mine are like, hey, we're talking with, Jeremiah Jennings, and he's sharing about his life and his business. Enjoy. That's usually my podcast episode, because I'm not here to be like super fancy and super guru with what we're talking about. It's day-to-day stuff about how to grow a successful lawn care landscaping business. It's nothing super fancy, super crazy. We do trend in the top 200 of all entrepreneurship podcasts, rocking like 60 to 80, 90-ish thousand downloads a month on the podcast, give or take which way you toggle it, which is wild. But nonetheless, dude, it's just lawn care, landscaping, and running small businesses and being successful and leadership and entrepreneurship and just trying to pour into you guys to grow. But how cool of a description is that? So here's the episode highlights. Let's do this real quick. We'll go through all 6 of them. And then if you guys want to stick around, we're going to hear from today's show sponsor. Then we'll break down each one because I skimmed through this and I'm like, this is actually pretty robust. Like, this is pretty legit. Here's the episode highlights. And this is what ChatGPT said. These are trending topics for lawn care professionals. It scans the whole internet, and this is what it says that people are talking about. Number 1, the rise of smart technology in lawn care. Number 2, sustainable practices for a greener future. Number 3, data-driven decision-making. Number 4, effective marketing strategies for lawn care businesses. Number 5, building customer relationships. And number 6, overcoming challenges and addressing common challenges faced by lawn care professionals. Like, holy cow, like that could be like 6 different podcasts all in its own right. But you know what? To me, that is like very relatable stuff. Those are trending topics. I'm like, yeah, I would like to know a little bit more about overcoming challenges, building customer relationships, and effective marketing strategies. How does it know this stuff? Okay. So this is a little bit of a discovery podcast episode that we're all going to talk about together. Here's the wrap up part of this. It said, join us as we bring together industry experts, experienced professionals, and thought leaders to share their knowledge, experiences, and perspectives on these trending topics in the lawn care profession. Tune in to gain valuable insights and stay at the forefront of the evolving lawn care and landscape. Sure. So it like writes a blog post article. Like, that's absolutely wild. I'm trying to pen another book here this summer to have ready for you guys by fall, all about snow plowing, if you guys can imagine, and a little teaser there. And I wrote my first book, For the Love of God. If you could just do this, it's like, give me a 20-page chapter book about plowing snow that could be so much easier than ever. And in fact, so many of you guys out there listening in, by the way, are always trying to start side hustles. And you could ask this thing to help you come up with creative thoughts to make extra money or make extra income night to weekends, or how to grassroots something, or come up with creative strategies. Spend an hour tinkering around with a website like this and this AI type stuff. And I bet it could help give you the resources, the knowledge, the inspiration to go out there and, hey, GPT, help me create an extra $1,000 a month side hustle income with, XYZ. And it would probably lay out a game plan, which is absolutely wild. So any which way, 2 things you can take away from me reading this off to you guys. Number 1, it's crazy what AI is able to do for you. I'm not endorsing or saying you should add AI to your business tomorrow. What I am saying is, holy cow, look at what it's discovering across the internet that are relevant topics for our industry. And where you used to have to bang down somebody's door or join a networking group or go to a conference to learn some of these things, these are available at your fingertips with ChatGPT. Number 2, you guys can tell and see why it took me a little over 2 weeks to record the audiobook for 0 to 100K, our lawn care book that we just launched about 3 or 4 months ago, because my ability to read out loud is impractically slow, and a lot of stammering, stumbling, and a lot of ums, and can barely talk with a out loud reading capacity of a 3rd grader. So those are the 2 takeaways from this. Let's do this really quick. We're going to hear from today's show sponsors and announcements, and I am going to go through these topics. These are really actually trending, relatable topics. There's 6 different topics here that we just went over with. I'm going to kind of weigh in on both of them, or all 6 of them, I should say, and we'll kind of go through this together. I don't know. It's a little bit fun. It's a little bit different type of podcast. Let's kick it over to Marty, Mr. Producer. We're going to come right on back. K-U-J-O, Cujo. You know the name, now experience this incredible work shoe for yourself. Hey guys, Brian here, and just a few years ago, I wondered why there wasn't some lightweight, functional shoe for the lawn care industry. A couple of weeks later, I get a message from this new company, Cujo Yardwear, letting me know about a new shoe they created for lawn care pros. We tried them out, put them to work, and the rest, they say, is history. The guys and I love Cujos because they are lightweight, breathable, super comfortable, and keep our feet dry. No more running shoes with flimsy support and soaked socks due to the morning dew or a passing spring shower. Cujo Yardwear is a family-owned company. Sean and Kelsey are a brother-sister team, and they seriously care about offering the best products for our industry. Check them out at Cujo.com. That's Kujo.com. And don't forget to use the Brian's 10 code to save 10% on your next order. Get a pair for you and a pair for your crew. You'll be so happy that you did. All right, well, let's do this really quick, guys. Let's jump into the episode highlights. Now, again, the title of this podcast was Mastering Modern Lawn Care Techniques, How to Stay Ahead of the Game. And this is trending things and topics to help you guys grow and to, like I said, stay ahead of your competition. Episode highlight. This is wild stuff that they can come up with podcast topics. Maybe I'll start using this to help me with creating some actual structured talk or conversation with some of our podcast topics in the future, because usually mine are just shooting it from the hip and talking to you guys real talk about what's relevant in my life and what's relevant in your guys' life and some relatable practical stories. Which, by the way, that's what we're going to do anyway. Just kidding. Obviously, we're not going to be using this thing as a crutch, but it is an interesting tool nonetheless. Episode highlights. Number 1, the rise of smart technology in lawn care. Discover how smart irrigation systems, robotic mowers, sensor-driven maintenance, and transforming the industry, increasing efficiency and improving customer satisfaction. So if there's trending topics for us to learn, to keep us and to help us get ahead of the game or ahead of the competition, it encourages us to discover how smart irrigation systems, robotic mowers, sensor-driven maintenance, smart tech is adding and infiltrating our industry. And how many times have you heard almost everybody on podcasts talk about the future is robotic, battery, electric, smart controllers? I was just watching Instagram Reels the other night, holding on to baby Crew and trying to give Liz a break to catch a nap. And I saw B&B Lawn Care had some smart irrigation controller thing, and it's able to control how far out the jet shoots, for the stream of water. And then it can cycle back a little bit. So it's shooting out 8 feet, then only 4 feet because it was oscillating past an air conditioner. And instead of, nuking that thing with a bunch of water and getting into the compressor and all that other mess and the fins and the foil, it was able to decrease the water pressure, and it watered right in front of the air conditioner and then shot back out to 6 feet, then 5 feet, then 4 feet, then 3 feet as it's cascading against the, sidewall of the home. And I'm like, that is freaking cool. That is wild technology. All right. So number 1, if you guys want to stay ahead of the game and keep a competitive edge, it is to discover how these type of smart technologies can help you with increasing efficiency and customer satisfaction. That's pretty dope. It's wild, the stuff that this is putting together. Number 2, sustainable practices for a greener future. So if you want to keep a cutting edge and stay ahead of the curve, develop a sustainable practice for a greener future. Explore eco-friendly lawn care practices, including organic fertilizers, natural pest control methods, and water conservation techniques that align with the growing demand for environmentally friendly and consciousness services. Okay, that's actually really dope, because how many times have we heard Austin with Ditch the Itch say that you can put down some harsh chemicals for mosquito control, or there's some natural and organic options. There's entire companies that are like, hey, we're electric or we're green. That's our competitive edge. Hey, we use organic fertilizers. That's our competitive edge. Hey, one of the things with our company is we take all the material away and we recycle it. We saw that with Lanphier Lawn Care out of Medina, Ohio. That is absolutely wild. In conservation techniques, drip irrigation, water, gray water tanks. I don't know if it's gray water, but the water tanks that the Almonds installed at their HQ, rainwater tanks to recycle the water from the roof line. Crazy stuff. Gray water is probably not what you want to recycle into your plants and beds, but maybe, unless that is what it is called. That's outside of my wheelhouse. But if you want to stay ahead and keep a competitive edge, adopt and include organic fertilizers, natural pest control, water conservation techniques, and for growing demand for environmentally conscious services. Customers are becoming more educated. They have access to the same information you do. So if you think you're going to out-educate or out-sell or convince these kind of customers, very unlikely, right? I mean, how many times have you guys went out and bought a car and arguably know as much or more than the person that's selling it to you? I know that's happened to me quite a few times on quite a few products, because I get OCD and obsessive, compulsive on some of these topics. So that is actually really, really wild. So if you want to stay ahead of the curve, explore eco-friendly lawn care practices and techniques that align with the growing demand for environmentally conscious services. And that is how you can create a distinction in the market with who you are. A lot of people are like, how do I compete with the $20 chucks and the trucks? Well, adopt some of these practices to edge them out. Chuck in the truck puts down 9 rounds of fertilizer, 7 rounds of fertilizer. Your company puts down 4 or 5 because you use some of the stuff from whatever your supplier is, and you're able to put down less product that lasts longer because it's a slow release, formulated XYZ way, high efficiency, performance, whatever fertilizers like Site 1 has that we had on about a year ago, 2 years ago. That's crazy. So if you want to stay ahead of the competition, got to change and adopt. Number 3, data-driven decision-making. Learn how data analytics and remote monitoring systems enable lawn care pros to make informed decisions, optimize service schedules, and personalization recommendations based on specific lawn care conditions. Guys, I mean, does this not scream CRMs like Yardbook or Jobber or LMN? Does it not scream, GPS track it with being able to track your equipment, your mowers, optimize your routes? That is absolutely wild. How many of you guys have a text message reminder, right, that goes out to all of your customers saying, hey, we're coming today, and then also make sure you unlock the back gate or whatever. But utilizing technology to improve the customer experience and also increase efficiency on your end, right? Maybe you have fuel gas cards. So people aren't just running around with credit cards. They have, gas pumps at the shop, or they have a credit card that you're able to track company expenses and receipts. Data-driven decision-making. You have bookkeepers. You have great accountants building a team. We talk about this all the time. If you want a competitive edge, which was the topic of this podcast, mastering modern lawn care techniques, modern lawn care companies have a team. They have books, they have systems, they have bookkeepers, they have technology, right? This isn't pen and paper, legal pads, where you got some carbon copies from Staples, and you're just running around trying to, drop snail mail invoices in the mail, right? That was lawn care 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 10 years ago. With the advent of all the things we just talked about, you can have a streamlined, modern lawn and landscaping business. Number 4, effective marketing strategies. Let's see, effective marketing strategies for lawn care businesses. Discuss innovative marketing approaches such as social media advertising, online reputation management, and referral programs that can help lawn care professionals reach a wider audience and attract new customers. So if you want a competitive edge, have effective marketing strategies for lawn care businesses. How many times do we talk about ways to grow your business on social media, Facebook, Google My Business Listing, websites with branded bull, so much more and above? That's what we're talking about. If you want to go yard signs, postcards, and direct mailers, that is the blocking and tackling. That stuff works. There's no doubt about it. But if you want to be a modern business that has a competitive edge, according to ChatGPT, effective marketing strategies for lawn care businesses is the way to do it. And you have to know what works out there for your lawn and landscaping company, including building your online reputation and management, referral programs, and social media advertising. That is so freaking cool. Think about that. Like, if you're trying to grow your online presence, I said this once on a podcast. I said, if you're trying to grow B2B, like contractor to contractor, cool, show all your great stuff. But if you're trying to get customers too, make sure your page is catered to that. But when's the last time, let's say your page is catered to customers, like customers are trying to get in your area. When's the last time you grabbed a little DJI mini mic or the Rode mini mics or the little influencer mic, the little one that everybody holds in their hand, or the little Apple EarPods, that have the little white cord with the little white volume button that you speak into. You guys have seen all these people doing trending little things like this. Tigran Gertz does this a lot on TikToks. Like, when's the last time you got a thing just like that and we did little 30-second reels to share on either your company's page or Facebook or YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels or TikToks? And we're talking business to customer and explaining the differences about your company, providing some knowledge and some value add to these people to be able to educate them so they want to go with you. Liz and I were actually just earlier the other day, we were driving through a subdivision and the front landscapings were absolutely beautiful. Hedgerows, all this kind of stuff. It looks like Jack Kelly type stuff with Imagine Design Build. Huge front yards, huge backyards, crazy stuff, awesome stuff. And Liz goes, well, who's doing all this stuff? I said, well, Jack Kelly type people and Antonelli and some other great people locally to us. I said, big players, big boys like that are doing cool designs. And she goes, well, how do they get all the different people in the subdivision? And I said, well, they're probably all walk-ups or, hey, you did great on that one. Can you guys renovate mine? And so on and so forth. And we're talking, $100,000 installs and above. But that is one way they're differentiating what they're doing is with their quality of the product that they install in their landscape designs. But number two, it could be the way that they effectively use social media, right? Like Imagine is entirely different than, Chuck in the Truck landscaping, right? So you have to set yourself apart with effective marketing strategies. Social media is a great one to do it. Number 5 and number 6, let's button these things up. This is actually really cool. Building customer relationships, understanding the importance of providing excellent customer service, managing client expectations, and fostering long-term relationships through personalized communication and follow-ups. How many times have we talked about building relationships with customers? And I know we talk about the bad apples, the dumb customers, the silly stories, the nonsensical stuff that we all deal with. But at the end of the day, that's what we're doing, is taking care of customers. And 98 times out of 100, we're satisfying the customer's needs. Of course, all the airtime, the yellow page journalism, all the airtime that you get on a podcast, a YouTube video, or a whatever is something negative, toxic, or bad, because that's what gets clicks and views, because everybody likes to see the car wreck on the side of the road. But more impressive to me is how somebody can have a successful company and not have every second video or TikTok or Instagram or whatever somebody's doing with social media be said kind of topic. Because otherwise, to me, it seems like nothing's ever going well in your business. How are you successful in your company? And if all you're doing is promoting toxicity and negativity, to me, that spells out that you're not a good business owner. So why would we listen to what you have to say? But alternatively, if every 100th video or 20th video or 50th video is something negative, oh, okay, shit happens. Okay, it happens to the best of us. Hey, we'll talk about it. But it should be 1 out of every 50 experiences that you have on a daily or weekly basis with your customers and for your business. We mow 100, 20 lawns or whatever it is still a week, 100 plus properties a week, and we have 1 complaint per week. And you know what? For my type business, I'm a level 2, right? Level 2 is I'm out there with 1 or 2 crews, and I'm out there kind of like selling work and managing customer expectations. I go on an apology tour. Hey, I'm so sorry. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. One of the guys might have missed that. One of the guys might have did that. One of the guys might have damaged that. I apologize. I'll let the guys know, and we'll fix it, repair it, get it next time. No big deal. That's what you do when you're a level 2, level 3 business owner. When you're not in the field day to day, but you're in the office or you're facilitating those guys to be running around, you're an account manager. You build relationships. Sorry about that. I apologize. Won't happen again. Thank you for your grace. No big deal. We got you. Let's talk about it. How can I help you out? All right. So building customer relationships. Number 6. This is good stuff, man. Number 6, overcoming challenges. AI wrote this. This is stuff that we would all talk about at length on podcasts, and AI knows this. Like, I don't know if I should be like impressed or creeped out. Like, is the T1000 coming? I'm kind of concerned. Number 6, overcoming challenges. Address common challenges faced by lawn care professionals, including seasonal fluctuations, workforce management, and adapting to changing customer preferences while sharing practical solutions and expert advice. So if you want a competitive edge in our industry, and you want to be a modern lawn care company, overcome challenges. Challenges faced by lawn care professionals, including seasonal fluctuations, workforce management, changing customer preferences, and sharing practical solutions and expert advice. So number 1, it says, be involved in the community. Be somebody who networks. Be somebody who's helping other people grow. Become somebody that can give expert advice. Well, to give expert advice, you first have to become an expert, or at least enough to be dangerous. Number 2, share that knowledge. Help the industry grow. But number 3, it talks about helping people with seasonal fluctuations and workforce management. How many podcast topics do we talk about that are management or leadership oriented, but then specifically how to take care of your guys, how to take care of your team, including up to, hey, how to provide, regular seasonal employment, especially through winter. I know that's one of the most common questions I get, especially come fall. Hey, what do you do during winter? Hey, what do you do with your guys during winter? Hey, do you lay your guys off during winter? Hey, do you salary your guys? Hey, how do you pay your guys through winter? Is it hourly? Is it base plus hourly? Is it an inflated rate through winter? Right? What do you do when the work kind of slows down towards fall and there's some gaps in the schedule in a couple days or a couple weeks until the lawns are done mowing, but the leaves haven't fell yet? What do you do? Well, to me, somebody who's has a successful edge and is mastering modern lawn care techniques, one of the things that they're doing is working with helping people face challenges, including seasonal fluctuations in workforce management. If you can solve those problems, if you can learn how to keep the revenue coming in and having your team still be taken care of, and they're still loyal to you because they still are able to work here 50 weeks out of the year, 52 weeks out of the year, if you solve those two problems and help manage customer and client expectations, you have a winning recipe for success. And that's going to give you a competitive edge, a modern advantage compared to the archaic lawn and landscape professionals that are just out there, going to the next job, have cheap prices, have no vision, have no game plan. And they might be 10 years in business, but they're really on their first year for the 10th year in a row, if you know what I'm saying. All right. So that's what I got for you. Here's the wrap-up conclusion. It said, join us as we bring together industry experts, experienced professionals, and thought leaders to share their knowledge, experiences, and perspectives on these trending topics in the lawn care profession. Tune in to gain valuable insights and stay at the forefront of an ever-evolving lawn and landscape. Well, you guys got my opinion today. Hopefully you guys want to share yours. If so, love to hear you guys' thoughts. Tag me on Instagram, shoot me an email, or even leave us a 5-star rating and review, because I've been reading them all that are coming in. A couple that actually just came in the other day and last week, which I super appreciate. And I get to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions too as we all build and grow together, okay? So any which way, I thought this was a different kind of a podcast topic, something that was just short and sweet. More concise. How about that for a podcast topic? Maybe a little more structured and a little bit more formal. But dude, this came from ChatGPT and AI. Like, imagine where this stuff is going to grow in the future. If you're adding office staff or personnel and they've got some downtime or some, time to lean, time to clean type, stuff going on in the office, man, you should be updating your Facebook pages, your blog pages, Twitter pages, Instagram info that you can put out, make, infographics on all this kind of stuff. And you can do that with the power of AI to help your business grow and to take it to the front. How crazy cool is that? All right. Any which way, that was my fun case study for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this podcast, something a little bit different. It's crazy what AI can do, and it's here. It's growing. It's going to be a mainstay in the next handful of years. You guys all know that. But any which way, that's what I got for you guys on today's podcast, on today's show. Can't wait to catch up with you guys here. We are here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It's Lawns, Lessons, Life, helping you guys grow a more successful lawn and landscaping business. I'm Brian Fullerton. I'm up here in Novi, Michigan. We've been in business for 17 years. The first 10 years, not the most illustrious start. We recently wrote a book on it called 0 to 100K. I invite you guys to check that out at Amazon. Also, if you got an Audible credit you want to burn, you guys can redeem it there and listen to the audiobook. It's about 2 or 3 hour long audiobook, and you can check out our whole story. But I'm telling you what, the last couple of years have been monumentally growth oriented. We've really righted the ship. We're not a finished product. We got a lot of work still to do, but the company's growing really well. We got 3 full-time guys. I'm in the field as much as I can be, about 5 to 15 hours a week. Wife and I just had our second baby. We got a 22-month-old as well. We're building a house. We're building a barn. We're moving. A lot of things are going on. If we can do it, you guys can do it too. And I encourage you guys to keep the hammer down through the dog days of summer and keep growing. And we will catch up with you guys here on the next one. Thanks for listening.
You're working hard to grow your lawn and landscaping business. You deserve footwear and apparel that works as hard as you and makes your life a little easier. Cujo Yardware has been listening to the lawn care community and is working to offer you the best gear. They started with the Cujo Yard Shoe, the hybrid shoe boot designed for mowing, trimming, and landscaping. After hearing the need for a safety toe, Cujo launched the Composite Toe X1 Landscape Boot. Thanks to your feedback, Cujo introduced the Jags, a high-performance work shoe that just pulls on with no lacing needed. And most recently, Cujo listened to the lawn care community to create the ultimate summer work pants, the light, breathable, and comfortable Cujo Yard Pants. Cujo Yardware is dedicated to the green industry and will keep working hard to offer you the right gear. Check them out at Cujo.com, Kujo.com. Hi, I'm Mr. Producer, and one more thing. If you're looking to stay up to date with the latest trends and insights in the world of lawn care, then you need our free email newsletter. It's delivered 3 times a week and includes a Monday motivational to kick off your week, a Wednesday what's new to keep you informed, and a Friday weekly recap of all the content we put out. Join our mailing list to stay connected to the world of lawn care and get exclusive access to the latest and greatest from Fullerton Unfiltered and Brian's Lawn Maintenance. Don't miss out on this opportunity to stay ahead of the curve and elevate your lawn care game. Sign up now with the link we've provided in the show description.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.